Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And for this young rookie making his first NFL start, a moment he's been waiting for since draft day.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Parker now throwing to start the drive.
Tries the right side, and he finds Bell.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Parker. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's taken to the 26.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and 3.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Parker. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the 1st quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Up the middle they go. Lowry, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Throwing is Jackson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down.
Throw caught by Flowers.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second down and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
A 12-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he's up to the 43.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll look to throw again.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
They'll run on 1st down. Lowry had a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now, Lowry, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now here come the Raiders.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Parker. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Parker looking to throw on 2nd down.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw again.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now Parker on 1st down.
That's complete to Bell over the middle.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Parker.
Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Parker. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
In motion, the tight end. Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 3rd down, Lowry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Out to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side.
Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw is Parker on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Sliding up.
Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Now 2nd and 5.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Parker.
Caught by Mayer.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's Parker from the gun on third down.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Justin Madubuike
in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just...
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. Being chased out left.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
On first down, Lowry. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Rolling to his left. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Jackson now. forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nifty job there on the scramble. Got 12 yards, and now it's second down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now a give right side. Lowry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
4th down, here's Jackson. Flushed out right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the right sideline.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 60 yards.
And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Parker now to throw on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Parker. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way. Maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Catch made here by Campbell.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Parker throwing on 1st down.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Looking to throw. Parker, throw left side here, complete to Campbell. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They go with Jacobs. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right.
And that is caught downfield by Beckham.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right.
That one into the hands of Beckham downfield.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Glover. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And Jackson throwing once more, escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Parker.
Got a man, it's Mayer.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with